Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late, but better late than never. um, Welcome to, we're going to start in the kitchen and, of course, finish in the kitchen because it's my favorite place. I'm running a little behind. I don't even have my lip gloss on yet to seal in this color. So, here we go. Happy Black Friday. I'm so excited to have you guys. I'm going to wait a few minutes to have a few more people jump on. And don't worry if you lose connection or something. This will be on the blog at a later time with even more detail because I'm sure even though I have show notes for the very first time, look at all that. I'm so excited. This is by far my favorite, like the most anticipated live I've done, and that's because it's around decor and Christmas time, which is my favorite. Also found out that it's my kids' favorite holiday, so yay! If you have any questions during the live, please feel free to drop your questions below, and maybe you'll see them in the blog. Don't know when the blog's going to be posted. I'm behind on Etsy orders. Not behind, I'm just taking a breath. But I'm really excited to share with you guys. I hope to inspire you today. I hope to teach you something, have you learn something, and I hope that you can create a warm and welcoming place to call home for the holidays this Christmas. So let's get started. I have 5 tips. I'm going to turn down that music just a little. And I'm going to try not to talk too fast, even though this is a whole lot of information. So share this video for me, and if you've learned something today at the end or now, whatever you choose, sharing is caring. I'm going to give you an entire look into our farmhouse minus my office. Please don't ask me to show you that. It is the only house in the room that is just a disaster besides our bedrooms, but you won't see those either. But we live here, right? All right, so the first thing you're going to do when decorating your house for the holidays is, of course, pick a theme. So that theme can be a color theme. It can be kind of an ambiance. So for me, it could be like rustic farmhouse. It could be, for you, it could be traditional and elegance. It could literally be a color. So it could be, you want to do everything in gold. And we're going to get into more about color later. And I'm so excited, you guys. I'm just so excited. All right. So little touches of things about that theme are what's going to bring the whole thing together. So, for instance, I wanted to make sure that my guests come here, if they don't know me, or if you guys see me live, that you know that Jesus is the reason for the season. Because that is special to me, and it may be something different for you. But I have our little towels there. They say joy to the world, and 'tis the reason for the season. And so just little touches of that around. All right. So if you notice, my kitchen looks a little different. I'm going to dim the lights for you in a moment so that you can see the twinkle, but I have that coming at a later time. All right. So after you pick a theme, you're going to recreate what you have. So that means we're going to upcycle. We're going to take things that you have in your home on a daily basis, or maybe you've even thrown it out into the garage. I will show you those. I'm so excited. I found a pair of ice skates at Goodwill for $3.99, y'all. Years ago. Never used them. Love to ice skate, but I just haven't used them. And so I now have them. I put them in a different place every year. I don't like to create the same space every year. Sometimes I use the same decor or I change it up a little, but something is going to be different. So for instance, the first year we were here, I did a blue Christmas tree. So it was like mint and navy, and it was gorgeous. And then last year I wanted to get real rustic, and so I went with more reds and greens and traditional woodsy kind of feeling. This year it's completely different again, and I've put some gold in there and just some more natural colors. And then I've got pops of red. So I'm still using the same decor over again, but I'm just using it in a different way. My son is making fun of me in the background right now. I should just turn our camera around on him. Go ahead. You want to? Exactly. Anyway, so I'm going to show you that real quick. Stop. Stop it. Yeah, that's what you get. I'm going to show you my table scape. I'm going to show you my Christmas tree. Okay, we're going to start with the fun stuff. Okay, so here are my old ice skates, my $3.99 ice skates. Really, really exciting that I found those. And so now they're just part of that. Now last year I had them below down here, but this year I mixed it up a little. All right, so I have ice skates up there, and then you can grab an old ladder, you could throw beautiful blankets over it that are in your color scheme, whatever you like. Then here's another trick. Okay, so a couple years ago, you guys will remember, if you're on the East Coast, we had Hurricane Matthew come through. Well, that year, I came home and I was like, there are so many twigs and sticks and pine cones. And so I just loaded up a wheelbarrow, made sure that it was all sanitized, took all the moss, washed it, and y'all, this is what you have from that now. My Christmas tree now has, sorry, we're going to go back in there. So I took little bows, and I'll go into more detail about this later, and I took those pine cones. These are from my mother-in-law's house. And I just hot glued some bows onto them. And now they hang up in my house. So free decor, right? All right, and then the Christmas tree. Everyone thinks I'm crazy when I tell them that I put sticks in my tree. Y'all, trees have sticks. So I feel like this is capturing what a tree is really supposed to be. So like I said, my tree this year is very natural colors. I have some ornaments. I have some ornaments that are things from my childhood, things that my cousin has made me. We have, of course, our cat ornaments featured by our little kitties. But of course, I'm keeping with that same tone. Okay, here's another tip. If you've got an idea for a tree skirt in mind, but y'all know that these things are like $50, $60, upwards of $100, $125. Here's a tip. I wanted a buffalo check one. So I found these suckers on Amazon. No joke. They are scarves. I have 2 scarves underneath my tree that are tree skirts. Because the one that they had online when I was looking for them a couple years ago was astronomical, and I was not going to pay for that for a tree skirt that I'm going to use for 1 month out of the year. Not happening. So there's that. Here's another little tip. So I take ornaments and I hang them on our stockings to give them a little extra loveliness. Put a little bow up there. And then, of course, we have our names on them. These are for the animals. Very, very cute. Okay, so my point is, use what you have, upcycle, and then grab things out of the yard. Found objects. Grab things that you find around. Make sure, of course, they're from outside, but use them. Again, hot glue gun is your best friend when it comes to Christmas. Okay, number 2. Or technically number 3. I forgot that I added that pick a theme first. Okay, number 3 is lights, bow, stems. That's all you need. If you have old traditional ornaments, maybe they're not the right color. So for me, I had some beads and they were red and gold. Red and gold don't match my theme, so I spray painted those suckers silver. That was it. I add lights to everything, including my Christmas village, which I'll tell you a little more about later. But as you can see, they're glowing right now, so they're not going spastic, but they will. So I have lights. There you go. There they are. So lights, I add to everything. Bows, I add to everything. I even add bows to my light fixtures. So my pendant has a bow, and then these guys, just gonna use what you have. So I added a bow to our light fixture. Super, super simple. The same thing with this guy. I took our chandelier, threw some ornaments on each one of the lights there, and then stems. So I use stems of all sorts. So I use the same pictures and stuff that I have all year around, and then I just add some Christmas stems to them, whatever you like. It can be a variety. So I have pine, I have magnolia, I have boxwood even, and then I took a red poinsettia and stuck it in there. These frosted stems are beautiful, and as you can see, this is something more of like a winter wonderland thing. It's not necessarily red and green, but then I have pops of that red around. So See, I just took this boxwood that I normally have sitting around, and I stuck a red poinsettia in it. Y'all, it's simple, really, really simple. So just grab a few of whatever color theme you're going for. And then I have this other guy. Normally he has lavender and eucalyptus in him. Took a piece of my wedding bouquet, which is this mint magnolia, and threw a ribbon on it. And super simple. So I hope that you've enjoyed that so far. Now, another thing about the pine cones. My dad used to do, hi Anna. My dad used to wrap all the pictures on the walls with Christmas paper. Bless his soul. He tries. But I think it's, no offense if you do it, but I think it's outdated and I think it's cheesy and I think there's a better way to do it. So if you do it with craft paper and some pretty ribbon, sure. And maybe some greenery, some fresh herbs, some dried herbs. But I just throw some pine cones in random places. See, I still have my Easter bunny rabbit up there, but bunnies are out now. But I just throw some pine cones around. You can grab a few signs if you want, but don't get too carried away. But I have this guy here. And then, of course, have a nutcracker. Just kind of stick things together that make sense. So I have some more pine cones here just for some winter touches. And remember those pine cones that I used for the hot glue that I used from the hurricane? There they are again on my candlesticks. Nothing crazy. I didn't go buy Christmas candlesticks. All I did was grab some pine cones out of the yard, throw a bow on them, attach them to the candlesticks I already have. Super simple. If you guys have ever seen a live with me, you've seen this guy. I made him, I can't point, there we go. And then I just threw some pine branches on. That's it. Just 2 little pine branches. Super simple. Okay, so every year I decorate this guy because I love my guitar. I don't play guitar. I'm terrible with music. I had always hoped I would. Maybe I would have a son that would. He likes music. We're working on getting him to play actual instruments. But he composes music. So this is always on the wall to invite guests to play whenever they come over. We're going to make a bow for him because he's going to be up there year round. But we just want to be a little festive. I even threw a bow on my mistletoe this year. My kid was like, okay, so what is this? These berries and stuff. And I'm like, let me show you. If you stand underneath it, you're getting kissed. Okay, so I have my handy little, dandy little basket here with my bow. I'm going to teach you how to make a bow real quick. And like I said, I put bows, stems, and lights on everything, and I'll show you more lights in a moment. And then I also have a pretty little Merry Christmas sign that a friend of ours got us, but it fell apart. What did I do? I took the Merry and the Christmas, and I stuck it up in my window. And that's what you have. So I don't throw anything out, y'all, unless it's just good ribbons done. Okay, we're going to make this bow real quick. It's not going to take long. All you need is wired ribbon, which I don't particularly like except for around Christmas time because it keeps its form. Some scissors that you don't mind cutting wire with. That's it. Now you can use floral wire if you like, but I'm just going to use 2 different types of ribbon. This is really, really pretty. We're going to make him a nice little bow. I'm putting this on the guitar. So usually I do a burlap bow, but my burlap bow is looking a little rusty. All right, you're going to take and make a loop like that. Just knead it together. And then you're going to take your wire or your secondary ribbon and just tie a knot. And then pull it real tight. Now this is going to be the center of your bow. Okay? Then you're going to take and make the ears. So, depending on how big you want this guy, and you can keep going with this. You can do a simple bow, or you can do a more complex bow. But you're just going to take that secondary ribbon again and do another loop. Of course, you want this one a little bigger than the center. Okay, and then another one, you're just going to loop it again. Just knead it to the center. Tie it around. Y'all, what's a Lauren Jackson Fun Farm video without a demo, right? There we go. Okay. Going, if you want. We'll go one more time on each side. This will be the biggest bow in the house. like I said, if you have any questions about decorating, let me know. I went to school for interior design for my first 2 years and then finished my degree in business. But this is just something that I love. But at the time, I wasn't sure that I wanted to only do design as a career. So, all right. Have a beautiful bow. All right. Now, depending on if you like the tail or not, you can leave him. I think I am. And then I'm just going to cut him at an angle. Sometimes I do the little pinch thing, but this year I seem to just be liking that. All right, then I'm going to take and I'm going to measure that again, just like this. And then I'm going to give myself a little extra up here. And because you want that secondary tail. And then I'm just going to tie that one up in there too. All right, now I still have that secondary ribbon. If I want to go in and add another color in there, I can. Let's do it. So this is about as long as I want it anyway. So I'm just going to take it. And I want to make sure that it falls in the front. So I'm just going to wrap it underneath that big loop there. And then I just want these to kind of fall in front of these other tails. But I'm real big on using what you have and recreating something new. So leave your house the way that it is and then add to it. So there's our pretty little bow. Let's go put him on the guitar. I still have so much more for you guys to see. I'm so excited. I had 3 points and then I went back and had 5. So I'm going to stick him up here. And I don't have a second hand. There we go. There we are. Now he's all dressed up for Christmas. And I'll help him a little more later. I feel like there was something else. Oh, lights. Okay. So these little gems, which when I do the blog on this, I will make sure and have a link to these. I got these off Amazon and they come in separate packs. You could do 1 or you could do 2 or you could do 4, but they're all controlled by a remote. And so I just go through and turn them all on, and they're battery operated, and we use rechargeable batteries in the Jackson house because we use them all the time. But I have everything lit up. So I have our lanterns lit up. I have our trees lit up. The tree up there is lit up. And then I even have one in the bathroom. I even took this little bird cage and added a little ribbon to him. All right, so bathroom. I'm going to turn the lights out so you can see this little guy glowing. But he's glowing up there. Have a little red poinsettia that I put on top of him, a little miniature one. And then you can see all of the lights. There you are. I put a little ornament up there. So I had this little sign, but it wasn't enough for this little corner because the sign that's usually there is a little longer. So I did another bow to him. All I did was take this guy, put him down there, put a little bow at the top, and that was it. So lights, bows, stems go everywhere. And it goes such a long way for such an inexpensive price. Now I'll go over table scape with you too shortly, but I'm going to talk about, let's see, we did that. So color blocking. I wanted to talk to you about color blocking. You know, that is a style term. So color blocking is just taking 3 or 4 colors. Maybe it's just 2 for you, focusing on those 2, making up one of them a majority, and then just kind of carrying that theme through. Now, you can matchy-matchy if you want, but I personally believe that matching is starting to fade away, and it's all about cohesiveness. So bringing things that complement one another in. I feel like that is more important in today's design world. But I'm really excited. I wanted to show you what this looks like. So all you do is put the little batteries in there. They're your rechargeables. Just takes 3. And then the remote is right here. And this controls all of them. So I don't have to keep up with the 8 different remotes that they sent me. But sorry about jumping from one to another. Okay, now we're going to talk about hosting and personalizing. So you want to personalize your space. Whatever space you have that you're calling home for Christmas, whether you're actually hosting or you're not, you want to make it feel like home and not just a house or not just a store. You know, you don't want it to just look beautiful. You want it to feel beautiful, and you want to be happy when you're in that place. So you're going to want to create a space that you can personalize. So creating little memories. So when I was young, my mom had this little Christmas village, and we would set it up every year on the fireplace. And so for me, that Christmas village was everything. Now, I don't know if she still has this Christmas village. Think that she does. Have no idea what she does with it now. But I wanted my own little Christmas village. So I went to Hobby Lobby, got these cute little gingerbread houses, and they all have lights in them, you guys know. And they're usually the ones that are battery operated, but they die, and who wants to turn those things off and on? So again, I threw my little twinkling lights up there, and I can turn them off with just my little remote. And it's wonderful. Much better than having to grab one of those off the top shelf, turn it off and on every day. And it uses a whole lot less battery, because after 1 year, those suckers are gone. They're done for. All right. As far as, we had this little train too with my net. So I'm still looking for a train. I had this little wooden train that would sit underneath the Christmas tree. I loved it. So personalize your space. Don't just pick something that looks pretty from the store. Make sure that you have a story to tell with it. Of course, right? Now we're going to talk about creating an ambiance and hosting. All right, so when you're creating an ambiance, this is what you want to keep in mind. You want to use your senses. So when you have guests come over, smells, right? I'm going to turn you around so you don't see my office in the background. It's terrible. All right, so you're going to want to use your senses. So you want to smell. What are your favorite Christmas smells? Now, keep in mind, some people don't like the smell of cinnamon or peppermint or something like that. My husband and my son both do not like cinnamon, so I'm allowed to have pumpkin smells, but not cinnamon smells in our house. You can do vanilla if you're needing something a little more neutral. But having that scent when they come in the house makes the guests feel welcome, but it also gets you in the spirit too. So that Christmas music playing in the background real low, it's lovely, right? Everyone loves a little Christmas music. Find a station that you love, put it on iHeartRadio or Spotify, whatever you use, and let it roll. Okay, so this is my tablescape, and we're going to talk about place cards. Okay, so for my tablescape, I went, like I said, we're not matchy-matchy here. We've got some flow going on. So yes, I have done the ultimate design no-no, and I have put two same size buffalo checks together. And I love plaids and checks, and so I've used red and black on my table. I've also used some of our JPF napkins, so you'll see these tonight if you come to our live sale at 4 p.m. We would love to have you, but we do napkins, and they all say gather on them. Now, you want to make your guests, this is kind of ambiance meets hosting. You want to make your guests feel welcome, or if it's just you guys, just your small little family on Christmas, or even just Christmas morning, you're making breakfast, personalize the space. So here's a little alternative that I just came up with this morning. Instead of Christmas place cards, I took Christmas ornaments, and I have made a cute little place card setting hanging from Freddie's cup. Merry Christmas, Freddie. You can use it next year as an ornament. Now, erase it, put something else the next year. So it's perfect for that. Dress it up with a little pine cone, put a little thyme leaf on it, or rosemary, something really pretty. This is something that I have sitting on our dining room table year round, and I just change out the elements of it. You'll see I have eggs here. Those are from Easter, but they're neutral. They're green and neutrals. And so then I just put pops of color in there. Put a little pine cone in there, a little birch wood, and some poinsettias, of course, to bring out the red. But it's just really, really simple. And it's all about layering too in depth. And so what you're going to want to do is, instead of just doing this guy here that's very flat, but you add the burlap in, and you've got another layer. So you could even go, if my chandelier wasn't so heavy and it didn't come down this far, I would have something bringing your eye up from the bottom of the table up. But you'll see I also have stems here, frosted stems, and that elongates the table. And so it's all about layering. And you want to layer, I even did the napkins. I mean, who uses 2 napkins? But isn't that cute? So instead of just having the white there, or just having the red there, I added an extra napkin just to make it cozy. All right. Now, let's talk about hosting a little more, and then we'll wrap it up and be done. I'm so excited about this portion because I love hospitality. My business degree is in hospitality, and there's nothing I love more than hosting people. We actually host Christmas every year for our small family, and I'm so thrilled to be able to do that. We pick a theme every Christmas as far as food, a cuisine. This year it's Asian food. Last year it was Mexican. The year before it was Italian. And so we kind of eat everything that has to do with that cuisine. And so I love that. This year we are having our guests after Christmas, it's the weekend after Christmas. So the rush has kind of died down, but you want to make your guests feel warm and welcome. And if they're staying with you, here's a few tips that you can do. One, cookies with them. If you're not a baker, grab some of those pre-made Pillsbury cookies, throw some pretty sprinkles on them, and call it a day. Those kids are going to have fun. They don't care if they're making them from scratch or not. Oh, thank you, Renee. Sorry, I was trying to read your comment. Okay. Also, personalized kids aprons. Y'all, we have personalized kids aprons, and they are our best-selling product. Put their little name on them, or shoot, if you want to use them over and you don't want to give them away, we have them, and they say Santa's little helper on them. If you have those are going to drive the kids mad. They're going to be so excited. And we have little chef hats. They can take the chef hats home. They have them personalized with their names on them, but it just makes them feel welcome. Now for the adults, it's more about the robes and the coziness. So my cats are currently playing with jingle bells in the tree. Sorry, they discovered the Christmas tree this year and they're real excited about it. So having aprons and maybe a little welcome kit sitting on their bed when they come in with a Wi-Fi password and their robe, maybe some cute little, stop it, Freddie. You do it one more time, I'm turning the camera around. Some cute little cozy slippers, whatever makes them feel welcome and warm. If you need some tips on that, it will be on the blog. I'll put some more information in there for that. Also, you could do goat soaps or any other kind of expensive soap in their little basket, just to say we're happy to have you, and instead of spending money on random gifts, you're treating them well as a host. All right. Also, when they come in, another one of those scents you could do is coffee. Having the coffee. Okay, I told him I was going to do it, y'all. Waiting. Dare me. I'm going to hold my phone. Okay, so having coffee ready when they get there. Everyone loves the smell of coffee, even if they don't drink coffee. Exactly. All right, now, everyone loves their pets. Grounded. Yeah, you'll be grounded for longer. All right, do they have pets that they left at home? Because people love their animals. So if they did, then you should send them home with something. Now, if you need some recommendations, Freddie makes treats, and we'll be happy to send you some treats to send with them to say, thanks for coming. Sorry you couldn't bring your pet, but we know how much that you love them, and we want to make them feel welcome and let them know that they were thought about too. So I think that was it. I think that's all that I have. Oh, one more thing. The shoe basket. So have a place to put their shoes when they come in the door. Ours is usually messy, but have a little basket here right at the door. It lets them know, take off your shoes, you're at home, without saying, hey, could you please not get my floors a mess? Shoes are for outside. It's totally up to you. I know it's a complete and total cultural thing, or just a regional thing, whatever. Do you leave your shoes on when you're in the house, or do you take them off? So I hope that you guys have learned something today. I hope that you've been inspired. I hope that you get to diffusing your oils or lighten those candles and you smell the smells of Christmas, and turn on some Christmas music, get in the holiday spirit. Enjoy decorating your tree. If you have any questions whatsoever, let me know. Please share this video. Let me know that you did. And we are so looking forward to our live at 4 o'clock. I'm so excited. And we have tons of new holiday products, tons new things that you haven't seen. These are almost everything you haven't seen. So I'm really, really excited. Make sure and join us back here at 4 o'clock and on our Facebook page. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful Black Friday and find great deals for your loved ones. Bye.